Yes, magandang araw mga katribo at welcome sa isa na namang episode ng Hot Patatas. Ako po si Vernon Velasco.
At ako naman si Jello.
Kumusta Jello? Kumusta ang Holy Week mo? Napakainit, di ba?
Actually, I am very happy because, we got the time to spend with our families, no? And then, syempre, yung Lenten talaga ng mga practices ay we have to ensure that those are no longer traditions na lang, but also we have to keep it at heart, no? Na tayo ay talagang sumusunod sa ating mga traditions.
Yes.
For us to be able to celebrate nga yung ating yung resurrection ni Christ from coming to Jerusalem to the resurrection.
So, yun yung mga sinasariwa ng mga pangyayari noon
Yes,
na dapat ginagawa ngayon para...
Nakapag-church ka ba nung ano?
Church, hindi.
Hindi ka nakapag-church nung Sunday?
Hindi. My immersion was in the beach. Okay.
Wow naman!
Ilulusot mo, no?
Sana all naka-swimming.
Oo, actually, yeah. Kasi pag when you're super far away from land, di ba? It slows you down and makes you think. Yun. And then when you have the time, when you think, parang mas napapalapit ka kay God.
Wow!
Napapalapit kay God pero party yung
Wow! Na-relax ka naman. Nakapag-pray ka. Ano yung prayer mo nung Holy Week?
Actually, wag lumubog yung barko.
Ay, grabe naman! Ay, nagbarko ka ba?
Ayun lang, barko actually 5 excruciating hours.
Ah, talaga?
5 excruciating hours. That's from Quezon, from Real Quezon to up in a way in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So, yan.
Talaga?
5 hours, yeah.
5 hours?
Di ba there's Polillo Islands?
Ay, yeah, oo.
And then there's a land, there's
Di
a
ba
piece
dyan sa Balesin? Hindi ba yan?
Balisin, yeah, Balisin. Even farther than Balisin.
Ah, talaga?
Yeah, it was the parang it had the La Union vibes with Boracay rolled in one. I don't know, pero it was a very beautiful place. I hope it does not
Oo, kasi nung umuwi kami ng Palawan before, parang 2 years ago or a year ago, no? Umuwi kami ng Palawan and then yung ating pristine beaches talaga, hindi ka talaga ipapahiya, napakaganda talaga. Medyo mahirap nga lang yung transportation kasi nga syempre, there are parts of Palawan that are not reachable by plane. So,
by boat.
Oo, remote talaga. So, kung medyo mayaman-yaman ka, mag-chopper ka or mag-chartered plane ka. But kapag ikaw ay normal commuter lang, mag-rent kayo ng isang bangka.
I think it's part of the charm. Yung mga dirt roads na ganyan, tapos mahirap abutin. I think that's nature's one way to preserve itself.
Yes.
Oo, kasi kung saan man tayo mapunta, sa bundok man, sa dagat, may basura tayong iniiwan eh.
Yes,
Styrofoam, diapers, sometimes. Mas maganda kung memories lang iiwanan nyo dyan. It's a good thing. Yeah. Masarap. Yeah. Ito naman, sunog na sunog ako.
Grabe naman. Oo ka, oo. Sunod na... diba? Mas maputi ako sa'yo. Pero alam ko talaga, mas maputi ka talaga sa akin kung hindi ka nag-swimming.
I think mas maputi ka. Yung savor the tan. So, yan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Yung first news roundup natin is don't be America's pawn. Amy warns Marcos administration. So Senator Amy Marcos on Sunday called on her brother's admin to adopt a more diplomatic approach in dealing with China amid the escalating tensions in the West Philippine Sea. I think it's diplomatic naman. Senator Marcos urged President Marcos Jr. to resume negotiations with China and to disregard what she referred to as the United States warmongering. It seems like our administration, quote, is taking too much of a warlike footing. Of course, my brother's temper is flaring up. We're not talking, sabi ni Amy. The problem here is that we're being too influenced by the Americans. We know the situation in America right now. They're really losing, she added. She issued the remarks in a radio interview when asked about her brother's administration's plan to implement a countermeasure package following the recent water cannon assault by China against Philippine vessels in Ayungin Shoal. President Marcos on Thursday vowed to take countermeasures against illegal, coercive, aggressive, and dangerous attacks by China Coast Guard and maritime militia in the West Philippine Sea. Senator Marcos believes that the Philippines should not allow itself to be used as a pawn by the U.S. to advance its self-interest. They're losing in Ukraine and the Middle East. Here in the Pacific, their administration is trying to boast about something that coincides with the election, where their numbers are low in the surveys. Sabi ni Amy, referring to electionist U.S. President Joe Biden. Sabi niya pa, so for me, let's not be swayed. We know that there's politics here, there is American politics here. So why would we allow ourselves to be used? This is difficult because the Philippines is the one being left as a target. The U.S. is very far from the West Philippine Sea. They are not the ones who will be bombed. Ano, Marcos? Ano take me dito, bro?
Well, sa akin, kanina nag-uusap kami ni Denise, no? Nag-uusap kami ni Denise dyan sa baba. Sabi ko sa kanya, we are all pawns in the game of history. We are all pawns in the game of history. Ibig sabihin, as much as we want to be unincluded or included, no, vice versa, na maging pawn, eh, wala tayong magagawa. Kasi yung ating West Philippine Sea, para sa akin, ay, although, according to the United Nations Convention on the Laws of the Seas, nag-review no? According doon ay, atin naman talaga ang katubigan na yan. No? It's just so happened that there are other parties involved, or there are other parties who wants to involve themselves doon sa West Philippine Sea because marami nga siyang talagang yaman na natatago, explored and unexplored.
I think, yeah, we're just a pawn by the United States kasi kung wala silang vested interest dyan, why would they allocate the resources for American people, di ba?
Kasi di ka naman susugal kung wala kang makukuha eh.
That's American taxpayers' money. Bakit kailangan? And actually, it's one way to, we've always talked about this, it's the interest in the Indo-Pacific, an open Indo-Pacific. So, yeah. So, Taiwan Strait, the Philippines, yeah, they want, they're siding with the Philippines because they want
something.
They want a base.
Military base.
A launch pad near Taiwan. Kasi ay nang if the push comes to shove, ay nang unang atakehin na yung Taiwan. So, kailangan nila ng base sa Pilipinas kasi mas malapit ang responde.
Nung nanonood ako ng 2016 presidential elections, I believe these were the words of the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago.
Which one?
Yung presidential debates, no? What are the plans of the presidentiables for the aggressions of the Chinese government towards the West Philippine Sea? Sabi niya, ang West Philippine Sea daw ay total pinag-aawayan. We have to strengthen our military capabilities. No? Because yung China at Estados Unidos, yan ay parehong ganin. Sabi niya. So, instead of, it's very helpful to collect your allies, talk to them, communicate with them, tell them the needs, no, the wants and the needs of our country for us to be helped, no, kasi we have limited capabilities when it comes to military, and although ang Pilipinas ay established na bansa kahit papaano, marami pa rin tayong kakulangan.
Yeah, actually they're both superpowers ka, 'di ba? China.
Yes, China and the US.
And China kasi parang it's trying to assert itself to be a superpower kasi for the longest time it's been poor.
It's been poor.
It's been poor. Parang
the sleeping dragon awakens, diba?
It actually is asserting its status in the world. So ayun ang nangyayari diyan. It's tug of war.
Palakasin na lang natin yung ating palakasin na lang natin yung ating military capabilities while talking to our allies.
Totoo yan.
Here dito sa Pilipinas para at least kahit papaano hindi naman tayo talo na umaasa lang basta-basta. Although I know that Department of Foreign Affairs, Department of National Defense, and all the allied government agencies dyan sa West Philippine Sea, sa mga matters na ganyan, ay ginagawa naman nila ang lahat ng kanilang magagawa para bigyang atensyon at ipaglaban yung ating teritoryo. It's just that kulang. No?
Kasi totoo yan. I mean, kasi since after World War II, when we built from the rubble of war, World War II, yung efforts, military efforts and police efforts had been directed inward. So, in fightings, maraming rebelde, NPAs,
Napabayaan kumbaga yung
outside
assertion ng ating mga territory sa mga coastlines, sa mga baselines.
and outside defense.
Yes.
Siguro parang for the longest time, it has been interior. So, interior security, napabayaan yung yan. Tapos napaalis yung mga bases, di ba? Ayun. I think if America is really serious about their aid, their help toward their
If they're
small
really
brown,
sincere.
yeah. Sige, bigyan nila kami ng nuclear weapon. Pero hindi
Yung-
naman
yung-
gagamitin.
Oo.
Yeah. Pag binigyan kami ng nuclear weapon, China would hesitate attacking us in the first place.
Yes.
That's one
Alright.
thing. Yeah.
Anyway, so tumatawid tayo na pinag-usapan natin yung DFA. No? DFA must seek UN resolution versus bullying. The government has been taken to task to level up and halt the heightened aggression of China in the West Philippine Sea or WPS by immediately soliciting the help of the United Nations in persuading the Asian giant to stand down. Senator Riza Hontiveros has urged the Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA to hasten the filing of a resolution in the UN General Assembly calling on China to stop harassing the Philippines in its exclusive economic zone. She further said that bringing the issue to the UN is urgent as Filipino troops are continuously being battered in their territory. Let us show our troops that we are taking concrete steps to fight for them in all diplomatic and political avenues available to us, she said. China's white hulls are nothing but gray hulls in disguise. Her police actions are unlawful acts of aggression under international law, she stressed. Last March 23, the Chinese Coast Guard struck anew to stop a Philippine boat on a rotation and reprovisioning mission, or RORE, to a Union shoal which Beijing claims is part of their territory. The CCG fired an intense water cannon blast at the Unaiza May 4 or UM4 that injured 3 Navy sailors on board the vessel. She slammed the latest dangerous maneuvers of the CCG. I am enraged at how China's water cannons relentlessly attacked our Filipino personnel. If they are not angered by this, then maybe they're not Filipinos, she said in a statement. Hontiveros called on China to be ashamed and stop behaving like criminals. Have some decency. It's not too late to act like a dignified country.
I don't think with UN, no. I mean, what's up with you guys up there? Like, you are barking with no teeth. Diba? There's a ruling already that, that rules in favor of the Philippines. Why is it not, enforced?
Well,
Diba?
it's a vested interest. Although, as much as we want to assert our claims, our rights, dyan sa pinagtatalunang West Philippine Sea, it's just that, we really have, if not weak, we have limitations when it comes to our defenses. But ikaw ba, kung ikaw ang presidente ng Pilipinas, tatanungin kita, yung iyong mga tauhan sa West Philippine Sea ay nagpunta para sa isang resupply mission at ikaw ay pinakitaan ng gano'n na binomba ang ating Coast Guard, anong gagawin mo?
Of course, magingit-ngit. Kasi they have both legal claims. China has a legal claim, the Philippines has a legal claim. It was decided in The Hague na para sa Pilipinas yan. But China actually was not there. So hindi siya nakapag-cooperate doon sa arbitrary
hearing.
Arbitration, sige.
Arbitration.
Ayun. Meron silang pare sa legal claim. So, tingin nila, they're asserting what is legal in their in their own view, and the Philippines is asserting on the legal basis by virtue of the Hague ruling. So since iniisip ng China na sa kanila yon, papasok ang Pilipinas, parang it's the least that they could do, it's the most decent thing. Hindi nila inatake with cannons or with guns yung barko na sa tingin nila nag-encroach sa kanilang sovereign territory. So sa tingin nila most decent yon, yung pambobombang yon ng tubig. Yun na. Tayo naman meron din. Meron tayong legal right. Oo, 'di ba? By virtue of the Hague ruling.
Yes.
So yun, ayun lang, parang it's a tussle. And parang yung Hague ruling is just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper na hindi siya effective kapag hindi siya ginagalang ng both parties. Kasi wala siyang enforcement And China has a seat in the UN, 'di ba? Parang what do you do? 'Di ba? In airing party members.
Yes, actually to add up doon sa sinabi mo, no. Wala tayong kumbaga parang we are always although we are always asking for help, yung ating mga territories, I think it's about time to for the government agencies na attached dyan sa issue na yan na tignan din yung ibang parts kasi syempre I believe nung araw we also had Sabah in Malaysia, di ba? Sabah in Malaysia was our former territory. According to history, according to the books, but yun nga, lately, itong ating West Philippine Sea ay parang meron ding mga triggers, meron ding mga banta na maaring makuha sa atin. So, it's really a wake-up call for the Philippine government to strengthen our capabilities when it comes to our defenses. Kasi as much as the Hague ruling is concerned, as much as we are asserting our rights, if we are not capable defending our own, how can we do stewardship doon sa mga territories na yon na we are saying na we have claims?
Kanyang bro, nakakalungkot we have been parroting ourselves as a sovereign nation.
Yes.
But a sovereign nation can defend itself. But we can't. We're relying on our neighbors and our nearest neighbors, the immediate neighbors, the ASEAN members, actually most of them, Thailand, Malaysia, they are actually very mum about the issue. Ang mga mas outspoken pa yung mga nasa Europe, nasa Amerika.
Yes.
Mas malalayo pa sila pa, 'di ba? Which is very sad.
Yeah, it's very saddening. Oo. Yung kumbaga, yung West Philippine Sea, no, maraming pagkain na maaaring makuha dyan to supply to the nation. Maraming mga tagong yaman dyan, maraming mga resources na maaaring makuha ng ating gobyerno o ng ating mga kapwa Pilipino to ensure na meron tayong stable food supply, no? Stable, I don't know if meron diyang krudo na natatago na hindi pa yata napag-aaralan, pero yun nga, sana, no, it's a wake-up call. It's a call to the Philippine government to strengthen our military defenses, so to ensure that hindi naman talo ang mga Pilipino dito sa laban na ito dahil masipag naman tayo, 'di ba? Marami naman tayong mga talents to hone and kumbaga parang to defend its nation or to defend our nation is a big thing, no, for the generations to come.
And more than anything else, bro, aside from the rich mineral resources underneath that ocean, it's a very vital trade route.
Oo, kasi
diba?
Very strategic ang West Philippine Sea.
Indo-Pacific. So, ang mangyayari dyan, kapag nagkagera, we cannot afford that kasi the Europe cannot afford that. Europe cannot afford that because malayo ikutan nila.
Malayo ikutan yan.
And America cannot afford a war many wars at the same time. Although parang dati, 'di ba, parang yung US is parang nahati yung resources ng
Yes,
World War II.
World War II.
'Di ba, nung World War II parang most Americans were not for it. But the government was for it. So,
For it,
tinulong. Parang hati yung puwersa niya. So, ngayon, it's Russia, then it's going to, knock on wood, erupt in Taiwan and in the Philippines. That's going to be a watered down strength of America. And if Russia and China pull their resources together to gang up on US, I mean, we just cannot afford that one.
Yeah. Marami talaga mga
Parang
parties.
magigipon lang tayo kasi maipit tayo sa gitna.
Yes, tama. Marami lang talaga mga parties na maapektuhan, most especially yung trade. Yung trade relations yung West Philippine Sea is a very strategic location para yun nga sinasabi mo, daanan siya. No? At pag malayong ikutan, mas malayo ang roundabout, mas malaki ang expenses,
Yes.
mas magmamahal ang bilihin, and it would, have a domino effect sa economies ng mga parties involved.
So boycott China?
Boycott China?
We cannot even boycott China. We cannot even boycott China, actually. Yeah. And China kasi is parang, they're waging this war, let's say, against Taiwan. They want to make calm that territory because they want to seize control of their microchip trade. Because if they take control of that microchip trade all over the world, it would be very paralyzing. It would paralyze even the US. Yeah,
I
if they
agree.
paralyze even the US, parang, okay. US can actually make microchips also, but
Malayo eh.
malayo. I mean, Taiwan actually controls everything in terms of microchip.
Yes.
Oh, ayan. So, wrap up. It's been very short.
Dalawang
pero
katawan
big-
ako sa usapan natin. Parang ano ba yan?
Wala tayong parang pon na pon. Parang
pon na pon
kapaslupa.
no? Wala parang humihingi ka ng tulong na, uy, tulungan mo naman kami, inaaway kami. Which is ideally dapat tayo mismo on our own, we can fight on our own.
And we cannot call ourselves a sovereign nation if we cannot fight for our freedom or fight for our country. Yeah, if you will. We can fight with sticks and stones, but we're all going to die. That's it.
We will have an overhaul of the systems, legislations, lahat. Kasi syempre napakahabang proseso niyan na pagdadaanan pa. But we need urgent solutions.
So yan, recap. Sabi ni Amy, don't be America's pawn. Amy warns Marcos admin. That's what's happening already.
And sorry, go ahead.
Number 2, DFA must seek UN resolution versus bullying.
Bullying.
Will they? So at iyan na naman ang may init na hot patatas news sa hapon na ito. Abangan niyo po kami next Wednesday para sa another issues na aming tatalakayin. So ako po si Vernon Velasco.
At ako po si Angelo.
At ito po ang Hot Patatas.
And this break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, # Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Globe, atin ang mundo. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Infuse yourself with the knowledge needed to hone your business skills. Business Sense, a show where we engage with entrepreneurs, startups, and MSMEs in meaningful discussions on business growth and current marketing trends. Airs every Monday, 10 a.m., only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.